Hello, I am DIY Bronwyn. Thanks for coming to my channel and checking me out. Hopefully you'll stay for a minute or two. I'm not doing a DIY today. Somebody said in my comments, strange DIY, because all I was doing was talking. But that's what I do, I like to talk. But I also do have DIYs. I have tons of creative stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. But politics being what it is these days, I can't not talk about it. And I can't believe some of the shit that's going on. Pardon me, I have to get a drink. Hey. That's lovely, isn't it? A little side effect from my friend the drinky over here. I love my Coca-Cola. It's delicious. Oh, I love that cola that has no name. Because nobody's sponsoring me. Fuck it. I don't care. I like it. Anyways, I was coming to you guys because a couple things. Have you seen the footage of Biden coming out with Joe Biden? And he looks about 10 feet taller. Okay, he looks 10 feet tall compared to her. Like if she's 5'9", he looks like he's 6'4" or something. And he looks like he grew about 5-6 inches at least. So to me, it's like, oh, body double? They got a wig on somebody? Or not a wig, one of those masks that they're so seriously great now that you can't even tell that somebody's wearing one. Like if you have the right eye area, like if you fill it in properly with the glue and you stick it right to the person's face, they look like that person. They're literally molded to their face so that it goes on their face, but then it looks like Biden, or it looks like whoever they're trying to look like. It's amazing and yet scary as fuck too, right? Because they can do anything now, and then they have AI too. Oh my god. But how is he taller? And she was wearing heels. And so there's a lot of speculation. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of speculation that maybe he's got a body double. Maybe he's dead. They don't know. Here in Canada, holy frig balls, it just never ends with our guy. He's just constantly making legislation without our permission and, screwing our freedom of speech, or telling us what we can get on the internet. I think I've touched on that already before. There's so many great creators out there, and they've just left, and they went to Rumble, or they went to a different platform because, for instance, even there's people that get tossed off of X or Twitter. They get tossed off of YouTube for saying the wrong thing. I say all the wrong things and I don't care, because I'm not going to couch my language to be what everybody else says. If they don't like that I say abuse, then they won't have my video out there. But some people will see it and some people will like it. But I just think that it's actually crazy that they can tell you, sorry, I have an itchy eyeball apparently. They can tell you, sorry, yeah, great. They can tell you what to watch, when to watch it. The Canadian government, because of Trudeau, not because of anything else, is allowing him to do these things behind our back, though. And it all kind of started with the truckers' protest and the mandates that they were doing about the shot. And now it's coming out that, oh look, the shot isn't all that great for you. In fact, it might cause health problems down the road, or fertile health problems down the road, or kids between the ages of 16 and 30 are dropping dead for no reason. There's a lot of shit going on. I'm not just saying that. I wish it wasn't true. And I don't know, everything that they're discovering about the world right now, I think that they've always known, but they're just letting us have a little view of everything finally. But I don't know. I wanted to talk to you today about things like silliness factor here. Who decided that lobster was good? Who got it out of the ocean, brought it out, ate it raw, and maybe died, perhaps? I'm not sure. I think it is poison if you eat it raw. I'm not sure. But 100%, if they do it in sushi, it can't be that. It can't be, what do you call it, bad? Oh, no, this eye's going to go. Oh, goody. This is why I can't wear, those eyelashes. I love those eyelashes, but, I have, creepy eyes here. I think it's because I have cataracts and I'm supposed to go and get surgery, but I just don't really want to do that. But I am so blind without my glasses. But anyways, yeah. So who got the first lobster out of the ocean, right? And then who decided, oh well, this guy died. Maybe if we boil it for 8 minutes or so. We can eat the claws and the meat. Like, no, really, who thought of that? Who decided? And then, like, there's got to be somebody that was first at doing everything, and all the hard things too. Like, even people that wanted to fly off a mountain with those paper wings that they were building, and they thought that they could fly. Like, they were still innovators. They landed on the ground and died, but they were still innovators. Yep. But yeah, so just a couple weird things. Like, I find it really funny that all the cities, like beautiful places like Jasper, like, are you kidding me? Our gorgeous jewel in Canada is burnt to the ground. And why the fuck isn't Trudeau sending what do you call them, jets, water bombers? He could have bought how many water bombers with that money that he used to fill the tampons in the men's bathroom in the federal buildings? Just take a look online, punch that in, and it's true. He literally spent millions on something that's absolutely not necessary, and that's just one thing that we know of. There's millions missing, and I want to know where it is. I want a forensic audit of our accounting. He would do that to us. I have to show every year where I live, how much I make, and do, and blah, blah, blah. So if I've got to provide that information, and I've got to be honest and transparent with people in my life as a citizen, why doesn't he? Why don't we just see what's going on in the government, and where is that money gone? Because there's a money trail. We had $50 billion for this one project. They didn't do it. And then, so where's the money? It's like, no, it's not. You answer that fucking question. Like, I want to know where the money went. And you know what? $50 million or 80 billion for one of the things that he's done. There's the Eco Accelerator Fund or whatever. I was talking about it in another video earlier in the week. It's just all bullshit. Like, he puts all this money into something, but then he'll give a project to his friends, who then get up all the benefits and advantages of being like in Trudeau's small circle. But then everybody in that small circle gets rich, and everybody around in the middle range, which is everybody else, or in the low income, which is really me, they don't. They're like, oh, we're wanting to do everything for equity and equity and equity. That's just another word for communism. You know that, right? They actually literally think it's okay to take seniors' homes because they don't need it anymore, and sell them, and then what? They could literally take over someone's house and tell them that they're selling it, and the government could take it and not give it back. That's what they do in war times, and in other times, there has to be a catalyst for it, but it can happen. And now, because of the WHO, they can come in and get you if you don't want to have the jab again, because now there's another flu coming out, and everybody's got to supposedly have to. There's so many things in my mind. I'm sorry, they come to me as I'm sitting here too. Like, I don't get how Trudeau says what we can watch, and tells us that we need to pay a carbon tax when he flies around in a fucking private jet. And he gets like catered beautiful dinners, like, lamb chops and, like risotto and that's not really great, but, steak and delicious baked potato or broccoli. It sounds good. But you know what I mean? Like, he's living the life, and he's living that life because of your money, not my money. I'm not a taxpayer anymore, but I have paid taxes, and all you guys are working your asses off to give him 50% of your stuff one day. So if you sell your property when you retire, you're going to basically hand over half of it to the government. He wants 50% of the sale of your house. He wants to put a law in effect that that's the case, that they can do that. And it's the same way they've done with all the different things that they do. They implement, we're going to do an emergency tax so that we can get some money for our country. And then it's, oh, you have to pay taxes. And like, there's people that are just like, they're like, no, they don't do it. They don't live on the grid. They say, fuck it. We don't want anything to do with you guys. We've got our own chickens and pigs and cows and, well, not pigs, but cows and chickens and, everything that we'll need. And we'll do everything ourselves. And I'm starting to understand why people are doing that. And the simple life, it sounds simple, but it's hard work. But you know what? It's better than living and being beholden to a government that's turning more tyrannical every day. And he spends money like it's water, but yet they'll say, oh, this is the poverty line. But yet I'm definitely below the poverty line, and I'm not bitching. I'm just saying, like, technically, this is me, that's them, or that's regular middle of the road, like supposedly families that have two incomes and stuff. they're like really down here too. Like they're not making hardly any, and you guys are taking all their taxes. And then there's the 45 tiers up. We've got Dickwad in charge, and he's taking all your money, and they take it, and they're never ever gonna give it back. And then he takes like carbon tax. China's the biggest polluter in the world. Carbon tax China. Take nothing. I would just, how they say divest from China. We would lose a lot of the great things that we have, because like, I love you. I got this thing at the dollar store. Like everything on those Dollar-ramas and dollar stores and places like that have come from China, and they could very well come from a sweatshop, which I hate the thought of that. That just ugh. But I noticed also that my Dollar Tree went up to $1.75 for certain items all over the store. So it's not like just some items have gone up. It's all over, which is, crazy. But China, they have like acres and acres and miles and miles and miles of, warehouses. Where people, that's all they do. They work a 12-hour day, and they go into some like bunk at the end of the day where there's no stimulation, there's no human contact with these people. They work, they go into their thing, they have to sleep because they're dog tired, and then they wake up. And they might get a meal a day if they're lucky. And they're not getting anything from the product that they're creating, which is like the iPhones and all the expensive things that everybody likes. There's little kids putting those things together. So like, to me, my iPad's fucking right up right now, but I don't have the money to go out and get another one. So I just have to like turn the off button on and on and on and on and on. I'm not even kidding. On and off, on and off, on and off, and then it comes back on. But like, those things are designed to break so that you'll buy the next generation model that comes out. But there's so much AI already in stuff. And like they were talking about that, like they're tracking everybody through their phones and stuff. Like that's for sure. They know that for a fact. I know it for a fact too, because I said something like, I wanted a dog collar or whatever. I wanted to check it out. All of a sudden, all I got was dog training videos. I was talking about that too, training, because she's a crazy beach. Because she really is. She's a jumper and a crazy thing. And now she's laying down and being a good girl, which is really nice. But like everything that I was like almost thinking, it came up with on my feed. I'm like, and I haven't been on TikTok, but it's the same thing. Like, it's really weird. It's like you get the algorithm changes, and then they start giving you all this other stuff because they know you like it. Because how do they know that you like it? Because they're tracking you. So but you know what? I love TikTok, and I don't want them to ban it because everybody communicates. We talk to each other now. I can talk to somebody across the world. They can talk to me. We can do videos. We can do compilations. It's amazing. I love that. That's fucking awesome. YouTube too. I love YouTube. But they hate me sometimes. Like, I have got a big fucking dirty mouth, and they're like, fuck you. Excuse me. I have to get a kinky. My goodness, my lips are cracked. My lips are cracked. My throat is dry. My throat is dry. My throat is dry. Oh, yeah. What was that song? Not that. No, not those lyrics, but I don't know. Was it the Cardigans? Parachute Club. Can't remember. So many cool things came out in the 80s when I was just coming up. Like, I was like, I don't know, 18. Say 1988? No, in 88? No, I was 2021. Okay, so I was still young in the 80s, and I was still young in the 70s, and so I love that 70s show. It's like completely true. But yeah, so with everything that's going on, I want to know why we're allowing people to be nasty to other people in our country based on their religion and stuff. For instance, okay, so they have all these protests all the time, everywhere, all over the cities. It's pro-Palestine, pro-Hamas. I've seen the girls, they're like, we are Hamas. So like these college students are taking on the identity of terrorists, which is scary as fuck too. And they're doing it on their parents' dime. So you're paying for that. That's fucking scary. But like they're coming out of there like little militant drones of the government that they just want them to be, coding and doing the things that they want them to do. And then they're making artificial intelligence smarter than us, and then they haven't got some kind of a fail-safe on it either. Like, they just want to turn our kids into robots or into workers, and they don't care about any kind of any kind of thing for these kids, like a real life. Like, what if they wanted to be an artist? What if they wanted to be a singer, or they want to be an entertainer or something, right? So they basically try to train that out of them. Excuse me. They'll institutionalize our children if they get the chance, like they've done in so many countries, and they do that for a reason. They want the youth so they can change their minds, they can tell them what to think, and then they can reward them when they do the things that they're wanting them to do, and then they take things away when they don't like what you've done, which is bullshit. I mean, like in China, if you walk across the street, we know if you jaywalk, they'll like just take the money right out of your account. Like that's that. I mean, I think I've said that before too, but it's this social credit thing is coming. And then the digital currency. I don't want that damn shit. I don't want them knowing what I do with my money or having any kind of say or being able to freeze my account just because they didn't like a purchase, or worse, they didn't like something I said online. That's a little too big fucking brother for me. And it is for a lot of people, because we didn't grow up like this. We didn't grow up having somebody to answer to constantly. But in our society, that's the way it seems to be. Like our government is more tyrannical by the day. Like they're trying to take money from people that worked their whole lives. And they're like, maybe it's a good idea. No, it's because you're being groomed. Our society's being groomed for communism. They want to turn everything into communism. I'm doing a video, baby. I'll talk to you in a minute, okay? Oh, thank you. Okay. You know what? I gotta go. I have a cheesecake in the oven. But yeah. Okay. Oh, I love you guys. Don't mind me. I have to get out of my chair. And the dog's underneath, and I don't want to disturb her. But anyways, all right. So cool. Anyways, I will talk to you again soon. Bye. I love you. Take care.